Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a really exciting and rare piece of US currency history, the 1982 Jefferson nickel. This coin has been making headlines among collectors for its rarity and, believe it or not, some have sold for staggering amounts, even up to millions. So, if you're into rare coins or curious about what makes certain coins valuable, stick around. Let's start with a little history behind the Jefferson nickel itself. The Jefferson nickel has been around since 1938, designed to honor Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers. Over the decades, the nickel has gone through various changes, but something happened in 1982 that makes this year's Jefferson nickel stand out. 1982 was a year of change for the U.S. Mint. They were dealing with rising costs of production, and that led to significant changes in coin composition and minting processes. This was also during a time when coin collectors were starting to pay close attention to mint errors, which, as we'll see, plays a huge role in why this particular coin is worth so much today. The 1982 Jefferson nickel has a few variations, but the ones we're focusing on today are the coins that have minting errors. These errors occurred during production, and they are what makes certain 1982 nickels so rare and valuable. It's important to note that not every 1982 Jefferson nickel is worth a fortune. It's the errors and specific conditions of the coin that drive its value. One of the most famous errors found on the 1982 Jefferson nickel is the no mint mark variety. Typically, coins minted in Philadelphia would have no mint mark, but that wasn't supposed to happen for nickels minted in Denver or San Francisco. So, if you come across a 1982 D Jefferson nickel that's missing the D mint mark, you might be holding something incredibly rare. Collectors go wild for coins like these because errors like missing mint marks are extremely uncommon, especially for coins minted in the modern era. The US Mint has very strict quality control processes, so when an error slips through, it's a big deal. Coins with these kinds of errors are sometimes referred to as die errors or planchet errors, and they're basically mistakes that occurred during the minting process. Another thing that adds to the value of a 1982 Jefferson nickel is its condition. If you have a mint error coin that's in near-perfect condition, also known as uncirculated or in mint state, its value can skyrocket. Collectors and investors are always looking for coins that have been well preserved over time, and a 1982 nickel with errors in pristine condition is a hot commodity. You might be wondering, how much can one of these coins be worth? Well, some of the most rare and valuable 1982 Jefferson nickels have sold at auction for hundreds of thousands, even reaching the $1 million mark under the right conditions. A lot of this has to do with demand. Rare coins are like art in that their value is determined by what someone is willing to pay for them. So, what should you be looking for if you have a 1982 Jefferson nickel lying around? First, check for any errors, especially the missing mint mark. You'll also want to examine the coin's overall condition. If it's in great shape, it could be worth getting it professionally graded, as this will help determine its value in the market. Another aspect that adds to the value of the 1982 Jefferson nickel is its historical context. The early 1980s was a time of economic fluctuation in the US, and coins from this period carry a unique backstory. They were minted during a time of rising inflation and changes in coin production methods, which makes them even more interesting from a historical perspective. One thing to keep in mind is that the coin market can be unpredictable. What might be a hot item today could cool off tomorrow, but truly rare coins like the 1982 era nickels tend to hold their value over time, especially if they're in top condition. These coins are part of a niche market that attracts dedicated collectors. If you're thinking about investing in rare coins or you're just curious to see if you have a valuable one in your collection, it's always a good idea to consult with an expert. A professional coin grader can give you an accurate assessment of your coin's value $500 and help you navigate the market. Also, keep in mind that while finding a 1982 Jefferson nickel with errors might seem like hitting the jackpot, these coins are rare for a reason. Only a handful of them exist in great condition, and it takes a keen eye to spot the differences. So, if you do find one, you've got something special. In recent years, there's been a surge in interest for coins from the 1980s, and the 1982 Jefferson nickel is no exception. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for rare pieces that tell a story, and this coin definitely does. It represents not just a moment in minting history but also the potential for huge financial gain. If you enjoyed learning about the 1982 Jefferson nickel and its potential value, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We're always uncovering more stories about rare coins and collectibles that could be hiding in plain sight, so you won't want to miss out on future videos. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check your pocket change. You never know what rare treasure you might find. See you next time.